Welcome to Marriage and Life Stories, a place where we have conversations about marriage, about parenting, about relationships, and any other story that will help us to be better persons. Our conversation today is in this topic: marriage or prison, the broken marriage vows. Now, before we dig deep inside there in our topic, I am asking that kindly, if you have not subscribed or if it is your first time, kindly subscribe for me, and liking this video will help me to be better, and my videos will come up on the list on the YouTube channel. And if you feel this video is helpful, please don't forget to share with a friend, with a relative, with a brother, with a sister. Let's dig in deep. Marriage or prison? The broken marriage vows. What does happily ever after mean? When people are in the relationship, in courtship, they are dating, things look so smooth, and all they are thinking about is the happily ever after. They are dreaming of wearing that wedding gown that is white and sparkling, that is champagne. Either it is a Cinderella or it is, you know those wedding gowns you dressed in. And they were really beautiful. The lady of the day, the bride, at that moment, she is choosing to trust this gentleman with her entire life. Now remember, she has been under her parents' care. She's been well protected. Someone looked out for her. If she had brothers, they cared where she has gone. They cared about her emotions. They made a fuss when she was not happy. And, they made sure that she's well provided for so that she doesn't linger around in relationships that do not build her up. And so on this wedding day, she chooses to trust her life with a gentleman. Apparently, the gentlemen also, they are coming from a safe position where their mother knew what they have eaten, they thought about their clothes, they worried about them when they didn't turn up early at home, where they were respected, and things were really okay. They treated them like the gentleman that they are. And so these two people get married, they make the vows. And I always enjoy when these guys are saying the vows. Me too inclusive. I didn't think about them, I didn't study them, I didn't pray through them. And someone is holding the microphone behind you and saying these things, and you're repeating, and you're looking with so much love in the face of this gentleman or in the face of this lady. Sometimes, even as they speak these vows, some tears just drop in the eyes. It's a magical moment. So magical that, they feel like the whole world is standing still at that moment. They say, for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. And they go on and they make these vows and they say with solemnness swear these things before God. Well, then the wedding day ends and then they go in the home. Now we are looking at, is it still a marriage or it has turned into a prison? Is it still a marriage or it has turned into a prison? Now, when people are saying these vows, in most cases, these are things that they underlook. First and foremost, how did you choose that spouse? Were you infatuated by the shape, the body size, and she looked so gorgeous, she's charming, she makes you laugh, she's so gentle and everything? Did you choose this man because he bought you Valentine gifts? He brought for you those special things. He whispers special nothings in your ear whenever you're seated with him. Now, for forever, happily ever after, People don't think about the foundations that make forever happily. Is it happily ever after? Now, foundation number one for happily ever after is the choice of the spouse. I have seen men of God, pastors, go after beautiful, sexy, slay girls from the church or even from the streets. They pick them, they marry them, and before you know it, sadly, they are divorcing. Or this lady looks at this gentleman who, when he came to pick her up, opened the car door for her, told her all these things she's eager to hear, and she decides to marry him. What makes happily ever after? The number one thing that makes happily ever after is the choice of the spouse. When you are marrying this person, is he your friend? Apart from the butterflies that come when you desire each other, is this person your friend? Can you do something and can you make a mistake and you are not in panic mode that you have made a mistake for this person? If you are a gentleman, are you marrying your friend that if you are not financially okay, you can tell this lady that you do not have money and she's not going to make a big deal out of it? Gentlemen, listen. If you are afraid to tell this lady that you are dating, that you are in courtship with, that you don't have money because you fear her to, sorry, you fear this lady to make a fuss, the fact that you don't have money, then drop it. Fear projects failure. If you are afraid to let her know you don't have money, then cut off that relationship. My lady, if your relationship is about hiding so many things about you, you are so scared to tell him things about you, you are so scared to reveal your flaws, your mistakes, and what you can do and what you cannot do. And you are pretending before him that you can cook, you can wash his clothes, you can tidy up the house, you don't need help. You are lying and lying and lying through. That person is not your friend. And so if you marry this person, it is not going to be happily ever after. My love, it is going to be a prison. The reason it is going to be a prison because the things you thought you convinced each other that you can do, you fail to do them. And so when you fail to do them, there is anger, there is bitterness, there is betrayal, and all those things, betrayal, anger, bitterness, hate, silence, silent treatment, they all come focusing to break the marriage vows. So the choice of the spouse is very key in happily ever after. What kind of spouse should we choose? The kind of spouse we should choose is a friend. A friend has the kind of character that you can play around with, that you can enjoy, a character that you can share and you play around and you do not have any problem. But if there is no character, beauty fades. But character will keep you in happily ever after. Number two, what keeps happily ever after for the two of you? Having joint, interests. How can I say it? Now, joint interest, there has to be something that unites the two of you. Is it about maybe you both like doing exercises? Maybe you both like children. Maybe you both like football. Maybe you both like going to church or the mosque. Maybe you both like going outdoors. You like swimming, you like going to the beaches. There has to be something that keeps you together. Maybe you both like to talk about issues. You both like cooking. What is it that unites you? What is the joint interest that unites you, that keeps you interested in each other. The moment you don't have common interest, it is done. There will not be any happily ever after. Now, this is how we do it. Learn each other's interest and support each other if you want happily ever after. Is your gentleman into soccer, football? You either give him the space to watch the football. Don't be like car and battery that when he goes to football, you don't like it, that you have to follow him. No. If he likes football and it's not your interest, cheer him on. Support him. When he's watching one team, choose another one that he has not chosen and keep cheering each other around that football team. Allow him to go and talk with the boys about his football. Allow him to go and watch that football and let him come back to you and tell you how it has been. If your lady likes watching movies, can you pick yourself up, my son, my brother, my uncle? Can you pick yourself up and escort your wife to watch those movies? It means the world when she knows you don't like movies and you have accompanied her to go and watch the movies, or you have even bought them at home and you brought them at home for her to watch. It will mean the world. It is those joint interests. Either they were not there before, or you choose to unite and find something that is common to both of you that will keep you in happily ever after. Number 3, what turns marriage into a prison? When there are no clear lines drawn. What do I mean by clear lines drawn? Now, there are times when our expectations are too unrealistic that even no angel can succeed in supplying those expectations. For instance, gentlemen many times want the lady to go and work, contribute to the house, because things are really not easy these days. There has to be a supply of income from different sources. So she expects the lady to go and work, expects her to come back and take care of the kids, expects her to come and wash his clothes, expects her to do the cooking, expects her to keep the house clean. Meanwhile, he reads the newspapers, watches the news, watches the soccer, goes out with the boys, and doesn't expect this lady to have a life apart from serving him. That's a big mistake. Such kind of mistakes turn the marriage into a prison. It ceases to be a marriage, it becomes a prison. And it comes with broken vows. When the lady also is expecting the gentleman to provide the finances, support in the house, fund all her siblings' fees, and do everything else that is required by her relatives and everything, that's an unrealistic expectation. And so what should we do if we want happily ever after? Number 1, seek help. You can never do everything by yourself. Seek help, seek a helper to come around and help you with these chores. Number 2, understand that you cannot do everything. Whatever you cannot do, please leave it. Relax. Give yourself time, stretch your feet, breathe some air, and let there be peace. Don't nag each other. Don't have unrealistic expectation. When someone is not having unrealistic expectation, whatever comes, it will be really good and will be appreciated. Do we want happily ever after? These 3 things that I have mentioned, the type of spouse, type of gentleman or wife, unrealistic expectation, having joint interest, and desiring the company of each other will go a long way to create a beautiful forever after for the 2 of you. Thank you so much for watching up to the end. Share this video, like, and drop me a comment in the comment section, and let us grow together. Bye-bye for now. Blessings.